للقارئ الإمام أبو الفردوس باشا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
لا أقسم بهذا البلد وأنت حل بهذا البلد ووالد وما ولد لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد أيحسب أن لن يقدر عليه أحد يقول أهلكت مالا لبدا أيحسب أن لم يره أحد ألم نجعل له عينين.
Imam Abul Firdaus Basha, who is the president of the Supreme Council for African Muslim Youth Union. He will also give us his side of the understanding of the very important issues that we are discussing this morning. And I think it's important for you to listen to us very well because you are part and parcel of this experience of the last 10 days of the month of Ramadan. Sheikh, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, happy to see you again in the studio.
Thank you.
Yes, as I said in my comments, just for us to start this part of the discussion, we're trying to explore the virtues of Laylatul Qadr and zakatul Fitr, but we have begun with Laylatul Qadr. Let me give you a chance to also assist us to understand Laylatul Qadr in the context of how it's been named in Surah Al-Qadr and also in Surah Al-Dukhan. Sometimes Laylatul Mubarakah and another time Laylatul Qadr and so on. How can we give this understanding to our people that they can see the need actually to be part of that experience?
Yeah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen, nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. I think it's when you use the simple terms to understand what Laylatul Qadr is about. It's all about a celebration of what do you call it? A success.
No.
It's a celebration of a success. And that success is, what do we call it? The kindness and goodness to humanity.
No.
So Quran says, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. God is celebrating the day He has accomplished the issues of mankind. The day He assigned the duty to begin. So He is celebrating as we also have our natural way of doing it, just like we celebrate our independence for the history beyond us and the benefits that we foresee in getting that. So as a Muslim, when you undermine Laylatul Qadr, it sounds like when you write an exam for an employment, then you fail to go for the interview.
Okay.
You see? So you cannot underrate the interview or take the exams more important than the interview, because that is the conclusion of your destiny, of the decision that to be taken.
About your chances.
Your chances to get the employment. So it's like you started all the Ramadan. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. God have made that month a successful month, a month of rehabilitation, a month of reformation of your faith. You go through that. It comes to the time God is bringing His blessings towards your direction and say that, come get it. You are going to be blamed if you are not able to make good use of that opportunity. And Almighty Allah is saying, يَمْحُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيُثْبِتُ وَعِنْدَهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ. On Laylatul Qadr, it is a change, a season of change of destiny. That is made by Almighty Allah. It is written in Lawhil Mahfuz that you are going to have so and so years, you are going to have so and so destiny. This is a direction you have. The day of the change, the possible change, is the 9th of Laylatul Qadr. So for that matter, when you underrate it, even to the extent it is on the day of Laylatul Qadr that your age can be increased or decreased. Because there are so many practices that you are asked by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do, and that will attract some increment in your age.
Naam.
That will also attract some, decrease in your age. So be your progresses, you know, your welfare,
Naam.
your what do we call it, your progress.
Naam.
All that is the day that change can be made.
Right. Naam.
So what do you need? What opportunity will you be looking for
Naam.
when God will then stretch his hands?
Naam.
When he said, Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alf shahr, tanazzalu al-malaikatu war-ruhu fiha bi-idhni rabbihim min kulli amr. Then he said, salamun. The salamun means no problems. It is the night of compromise.
No.
It is the night of mercy. Night of not looking at potholes and fishing out troubles.
No.
It is the night of consideration.
No.
So even when you are wrong, even when you have shortfalls, it is the day God is spreading and stretching his hands. Come, my son, come, my slave, and I will do it all for you. So if you fail it, it looks as if you will lose everything.
I mean, if we've crumbled every opportunity,
everything,
that
you are even going to be confused of your direction.
No.
You know, it is not even you are coming slow towards a direction. You lost it even all. You don't even know your way. And that really can confuse and jeopardize the establishment that you want to make for future.
No. Yeah. It's interesting. I think the two of you are on the same line. Sheikh, it appears by this we have even explored the significance. We are still even exploring the significance, moving from the conceptual dimensions of the discussion. This last part of Laylatul Qadr that he related to, I want us to look at it again. How should we explain to our viewers this morning such that they can be part of the experience of Salamun hiya hatta matla al-fajr? Peace. I'm interested in this dimension. Peace, which is supposed to be our experience. What is the significance of this peace? Why is that Allah is chosen of all things of value, the human existence, that it is peace on such an important night? That is what is chosen. Peace.
You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created mankind.
No.
And he knows mankind very well.
No.
We sometimes don't even understand ourselves. The psychologists always try even to study. They even sometimes come out with new discovery about the human psychology. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created man and knows man better.
No.
Man created in a form to always struggle. لَقَدْ حَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي قَبَدٍ.
No.
You is always in a struggle, always in confused states. You always want the increase. No matter what you have, you are never in peace.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a craving.
You are always chasing.
Yes.
You are always chasing. The moment you have the one car today, you want the two car the next day. So you always want an increase.
No.
Just as today you've realized that you've never held 100 million. Now what sounds in your mind is, how do I get 200 million? So if that is how mankind is made. Because of this attitude, we never attained peace.
Okay.
So we are always roaming and occupied ourselves with worldly activities, and peace is not attained.
No.
But the real peace is attained when one is able to cable his spirit of servanthood to the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and hands over himself to the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one realizes that in this Laylatul Qadr is the day that he submits himself absolutely to the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to such an extent that his inner self can experience that peace, which he cannot attain it anywhere, any other material attachment.
Yes.
So Allah is telling us that, look, it is peace Absolutely. Here hatam Allah al-fajr. It is peace. So we should rather make sure that we strive to attain that Laylatul Qadr. As just Sheikh has said,
Yes.
it is the yoke
Yes.
of the
I mean,
Ramadan.
seriously. Sheikh Abul Firdaus, maybe you should also connect with us. After exploring this, I'll come back for us to try and understand why Allah said Laylatul Qadr khayrun. I'm focusing more on better than, in by what estimation, and how should we understand it? But I'm looking at this text which says that إن الذين آمنوا ولم يلبسوا إيمانهم بظلم أولئك لهم الأمن. Let's see whether we can connect it, because this salam for me is it's so much interesting. So our viewers will understand it. Laylatul Qadr, so they can take it very serious.
Yeah, I think what do you call it? Almighty Allah is saying salamun here.
Naam.
Hatta matla al-fajr. It is also a signal to us that God is doing everything based on calculation, and it is also based on season. So seasons in one's life is very important. And that night is not made for nothing.
No.
وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. God himself made all the 7 heavens that we have based on a certain calculation. If you go right, you achieve good results.
No.
So salamun is peace. But if we add to what Sheikh has just said,
No.
salamun is also about achieving what is going to contribute in your welfare. And salamun in that case can be said as knowledge. And if it is that you need, you go to Allah and look for it.
Ram.
If it is
And that gives you
business,
satisfaction.
Because that is going to be the results. That is going to be the logo of your development. So come to me, salamun. That's why Islam says to submit entirely to do the will of God is the interpretation, that's what you call the literal interpretation. When you come to spiritual, you look at, you spread it. You see that when somebody is knowledgeable, he have peace. When you are charitable, you have peace. When you are good in business, you have peace. When you are loyal, you have peace. So God is asking you to come with a package of peace, and he is ready to give it for you without difficulty.
No.
And it is also a peace day because God is in good mood at that particular time. And all the angels of mercy are prepared and ready for us in supporting our progress and achievement.
No.
خير من what do you call it? تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. This is a signal wherever you find Malaika Jibreel, that is called Ruh here.
No.
It is in the interest of Ibn Adam. You will never find Malaika Jibreel around humanity than he's bringing blessing and goodness. So he wants to even guarantee you. It's just like when they say you are, police came to your house with Sheikh Armia. You have some peace because you know that for any reason he will not be accompanying evil.
Exactly.
And even if there is trouble, he is going
there.
to be signaling you even before they get there. Then you have peace.
Yes.
So he's telling you that, look, don't worry. Malaikas shidadun gilazun, I told you. They are very terrible. They are very strong when it comes to directives to do their duty. But waruhu fiha. The chief of staff is leading
the guarantee of
exactly the combat.
Of your tranquility.
And you know his position to you. He know your his feelings towards you.
Yeah.
So he will always make sure you are
gives you the
so
calmness.
salamun here, apart from the spiritual aspect of it that Sheikh has touched, it is also about our own welfare. Whatever.
So this comes is the connection, because earlier on you told us that man in itself is not a one-sided being.
Exactly.
But so the spiritual and the material side are all kept together in a certain balanced, state. Yeah. So I think I agree that as we talk the spiritual dimensions of peace, which is very key for us, the material side is also a guarantee for us. This discussion is a very deep one, and time is not also on our on our side, we have two important subjects. Yeah, but let's end up the Laylatul Qadr discussion and then quickly jump into zakatul Fitr. I want the two of you to advise us. As Muslims, we are searching for this night, and so therefore we are exerting during the last 10 days. What is it that we should be doing so that these good things that you have, all the assurances that you have given, we should be able to tell ourselves at the end of the day that, look, we have been recipients of those blessings. Let me begin with you, Sheikh. What should we be doing?
I think
in all
we can't. I think it's the night of ibadah,
No.
worship. And what is worship? We can be doing our salats.
No.
You can be praying the nawafil. We can read the Quran, occupy ourselves with the recitation of the Holy Quran. We can at the same time sit down and do zikr.
No.
Remembering the names of Allah,
No.
like as the Prophet taught Fatima.
Aisha.
Inna Aisha, sorry.
No,
Inna Allahumma innaka afun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni.
No.
Yeah, this is a